Oh baby, looks like we're breaking out just a little bit. Welcome to The Long and Short. It's your boy Maestro. Thanks for tuning in. Every day we aim to give traders some insight into this crypto market, potentially set up some short-term plays, some long-term plays, and give you guys insight that you may not be getting in other places. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So as you can see, Bitcoin may be starting to get on the road here. I was able to draw two wheels this morning, but what I want to point out within these two areas is that price has pretty much a very similar pattern in it within these areas, okay? So you have price coming down into it, a pump higher, rejection, and then a move or a potential move out of the zone. I want to see if this candle here, right, our daily break is going to be higher than this zone that it's currently printing in. So let me zoom in just a bit here so that everyone can get a perspective. If we look to the left and what happened in September, you had a pump up, a push down back into the zone, and then a launch from that zone. These areas where price is launching from, pretty similar. Maybe there's a $45 difference between where this candle here, that was on September 30th, okay, versus this candle here, which is January 20th, okay? These two candles have a $45 difference from where they're launching from. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens over the course of the day. It seems that the bulls are starting to give up a bit in regards to bullish activity, but this morning was pretty epic in New York. Seeing these green candles pop up was pretty nice to see first few hours of New York trading. What I want to see is if price can continue to break out the way that it broke out before. This price action in this volume here is a lot larger than what we see here. So will the breakout be as large as we've seen before? Maybe not. Okay, there's still a lot of uncertainty in this market, but this does show bullish activity. If we zoom in a bit, we can take a look at what the short-term play would have been in the market. Again, we're still playing in this range here, and our rules are pretty simple when it comes to taking trades. If price breaks equal lows, it has the right to reverse, and we want to see if that's actually the character that price action is taking on. Once we see that character taking on more bullish, then it's okay to take a trade. Also, we look for an imbalance. When imbalance in price is filled, then that means that the price can reverse and go the other way. So what we had last night and yesterday going into the afternoon hour, we said that London had pumped it, Asia dumped it, right? New York brought it back. This was the price action yesterday, and then New York dumped it again, okay? But all New York dumped it to do was take out this imbalance in this area here, okay? As you can see, price traded pretty much right in here, sat there for a minute, and then took off. This was the play yesterday, the retracement back into this zone. There was a lot of confluence back in this zone. So let's blow this up a bit. Really, anywhere within this imbalance zone was a nice place to take a long yesterday, okay? Now, you would have had to wait it out a bit. It took a few hours to materialize, but you did see that push up. Here's what we're looking at also. There was an imbalance here. There was also a fib retracement that you could have drawn from this candle to the top here, okay? All of this price action, let me actually just drag this out a bit. All of this price action drags right within this zone here. So you have the golden pocket of the fib, you have the imbalance here. This is what we call confluence in price. So when price launches from here, okay, and finds a top and starts to push back down, you want to start to search for these retracement levels. These type of retracements are only really good when the market starts to go more into a bullish trend. These retracements don't work very well when you're in a zone, okay, or you're trading within a range. So we typically wouldn't use this. But the fact that this retracement was pretty much so perfect, lined up right with the imbalance, and then sort of took off from here, this gives us confidence in bullish activity. If we take a look at Tensor Charts, I want to show you guys something here because this is another thing that we tend to look at when it comes to price action. All right, we'll scroll down to the 4-hour chart here. All right, and let's actually zoom out a bit so that we can get a larger perspective for price action. So when we look at this in regards to Tensor Charts, right, we want to see where the orders are lining up, both above and below price. All right, so if we point out these numbers at 41,000, 40,000, 39,000, you can see there's a ton of orders here, guys, and there's not that much pressure left from the top. And remember what we said, once the bears give up the pressure, that allows the bulls to really run. Okay, that allows these institutions to come in and buy at levels where they feel confident that the price is going to really have to get pushed down after they push it up. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, the bears are starting to let up a bit. They don't have the orders here or the will to push this price down too much further than where it's already been. Okay, so lots of confluences that are starting to build for bullish bias when it comes to Bitcoin, okay? And all we need to do is see price action the way we see it, see the bears start to relinquish a bit, and see the bulls have the confidence to push this price back up. You will start to see a change in this market, okay? So let's go ahead and dive back into the charts because there are a few more things that we want to point out here on the day. All right, so taking a look at bar chart, let's just take a look at a few graphs here to see where things are materializing. Again, open interest very high. We're starting to break to this EMA line. So I want to see if we can break above it. Again, this push is very important today, guys. If price can push over this 13 EMA and push the same way that we've seen it in the previous push before, right? It's not showing up so well on this chart. But really what we're looking for is this candle here, right? This candle here. We're looking for a really good push today. If we can get that, then we're on a bull push, I'm pretty sure, okay? Reason why we're saying this is because, again, the retail, smaller speculators, they were thinking short, right? I think some people probably got liquidated this morning who were in short positions. I'm pretty sure of that, right? That's why that move was so strong. They're starting to liquidate the shorts. When they start to liquidate the shorts, guys, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Retail traders, small speculators moving short, larger speculators moving up more towards that zero line. This gives us bullish vibes, guys, all right? And the commercials are starting to move contrary to the large speculators. Again, more bullish vibes. Taking a look at the elder ray, we can see that the bulls still want to take control. We can see that the bulls are starting to build up steam here. We're seeing that the bears are starting to relinquish a bit. So we're seeing it in Tensor Charts. We're seeing it in the elder ray. We're seeing it in the commitment of traders. Okay, where else will we need to look? The money flow, money coming into the market. We can see that on the cryptocurrency heat map. There's money coming in. Momentum still sideways, but look at your OBV and your PVT. Very bullish. So things are starting to point north a bit. I would not get completely excited that things are going to start to rocket at this point. Today is a very important day though, okay? It's Thursday. They may set us back down on Friday to kill that confidence a bit. Or Friday may be a super rally day, okay? The first day breaking out of this zone was pretty aggressive. The second day was even more aggressive. So a real good telltale sign for us is going to be if today ends very strongly, and if tomorrow is an even stronger day. If we see that type of action and you break all of this market structure up here, we're on a bull run, guys. We're on a bull run, okay? You're going to see prices elevate to the $50,000 level, all right? There's still imbalances here and things that price needs to clear out to the upside as well, not just the downside. Just my perspective. So we've covered quite a bit. Let's just take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Again, this right here is just sitting at 24. Really not using this very much more for really any guidance in the market, guys. We know what we're looking for, right? We want to see things like open interest being high, bulls starting to take control, the larger speculators starting to move into longer positions, the elder ray starting to show bullish activity, which it seems to be doing today, the money flow coming in, right? We want to see momentum start to pick up. We want to see the PVT and the OBV start to point north. They are. We want to see accumulation distribution move more towards the zero line. It is. These are the things that we want to see in the market, all right? When it comes to price action, we want to see strong breaks out of zones that take out market structure, right? So between today and tomorrow, I want to see 44.3 or 44.4 get broken, right? We've talked about that number before. We want to see these areas get broken. Big area of imbalance above it, areas of liquidity above it, another area of imbalance above it, another areas of liquidity above it, another area of imbalance above it, other areas of liquidity above it. You see how price will go for these things eventually? All of the shorts that are here, the same way that they take out longs, they will take out the shorts. This is what we look for in bull runs, okay? So if this is starting today, I'm not going to be the first to call it because I'm not exactly sure yet, but all of the arrows are pointing up for me, all of them. Even on the Tensor Charts, where we can go and look and see that the bears have nowhere near the number of orders that the bulls have. If we were to start our counter here, right, you can see it's like 1932 to 850. This is overwhelming. All the bulls have to do is keep applying the pressure and the bears will eventually sell out and break, and then you see your push. All right, that's the way it's going to happen, guys. Okay, same thing for ETH, guys. ETH is also sort of playing that same price action, and again, you have to push up, the push down, and the launch out of the zone. Push up, push down, launch out of the zone. Let's see if ETH can also bring the same price characteristics as Bitcoin does. If it does, oh, it's going to be a good days ahead. That's all I can say, guys. That's all I can say. All right. Okay, let's dive into some altcoins. We always preface this part of the video by saying this is not financial advice. This is how we see the market in regards to buying and selling long-term hodling. And we like to buy in discounted zones, which we are drawing here, versus premium zones, which are above those, okay? And that's the way that we look at this market in order to interpret where possible opportunities are for altcoins. Again, this is not financial advice. Take your own risk at your own risk, and make sure you use proper money management and risk management when you're going into these type of trades. You do not want to invest your life savings into any of these coins. These are plays that involve a lot of risk, a lot of speculation, and you must be prepared to deal with loss if in fact you do jump into these things. We call these areas out in regards to areas of discount, which are the lower two zones, and areas of premium, which are the higher two zones. We like to buy in discount, sell in premium. This is our buy low, sell high strategy that we use in order to accumulate in the market and sell at higher prices. Starting off with Doge, looks like Doge is starting to try to break its way out of this discounted zone, but right now still a good buy. I would say anywhere within this zone between, below 23 cents. Now, will Doge continue to go lower? I'm not really sure. There are some areas of imbalance if we look to the left here a bit that price may want to fill. But remember, Doge doesn't necessarily move like a Bitcoin does, right? Where you're going to be filling imbalances and equal lows being hit and snatched. It's a bit of a different animal, right? So Dogecoin, I think, may push a little bit higher, but I think at this point what Doge may be getting affected by is all of the other shiny objects in the crypto market right now. So Doge's level of competition is a lot higher than things like Bitcoin when it comes to just the market in general, right? And the people who would invest in Doge itself, right? So for example, I hold some Doge, but I'm also very interested in the metaverse, right? And if I see the metaverse is taking off, I'm not necessarily interested in buying any more Doge, right? And I think that may be what's happening to sort of the Doge community. It's starting to take effect in other places, right? And that's fine, but it will hurt Doge in the long run. And that's what I think we're seeing here, right? Because every time you get a push up, you're starting to get more rejections down and you're ending up in this discounted zone. I would not be partaking in any more buys at this point until price breaks below maybe 10 cents to 7 cents. If price were to reach that level, then I would say that that's a good buy for Doge. Chainlink, also trading in a discounted zone at this point, but Chainlink I think is going to follow the movement of the rest of the market. Okay, we do see some differences in price action here when it comes to Chainlink, so it could move on its own. If things like Bitcoin and Ethereum and a few other coins were to go on bull runs, I think Chainlink may actually sit still. But if things start to stall a bit or we actually go into a bear market, Chainlink is one coin that I think could push while everything else sort of stalls a bit, along with things like crypto gaming and things of that nature, right? Because you're going to need these oracles. You're going to need links into the blockchain. And that's going to be very important when it comes to gaming, different applications that need this type of technology in order to produce, live events, all of this other stuff, right? So Chainlink is a very important piece to what you have in crypto, and it's not going away. And I think right now in this zone of around 22.5 is a good place to buy some Chainlink. All right, let's talk about Engine Token. Engine Token is in a discounted zone. We think anything below 270 is a good buy for Engine Token. If it were to break these equal lows and continue to go down, I'm not really sure if we would be buying right now, still sort of towards the top side of our discounted zone. We want to catch this a little bit lower, right? Maybe yesterday would have been the perfect buy for Engine Token in this discounted zone. We do still hold quite a bit of this, so we're just going to continue to see what happens with price action. But if it does crash somewhere below $1.77, we will be picking up some more Engine. Algorand, still trading in a discounted zone as well, okay, but just broken into it. So I want to see, right, if price does start to move back up towards it, I may take a buy before it actually breaks this zone again. But we also are anticipating that price could continue a little bit lower, but Algorand sort of does move a bit more stringently in regards to price, right? So you do have to sort of break your lows, equal lows, before you can continue higher, or at least set them, right? So this break of a low here, right? There's no real equal low to push it back to, but there is a big area of imbalance here that was filled, right? And now I think price does have the ability to push higher, just following our rules. All right, so discounted zone, I think this may push up a little bit higher, especially if the rest of the market starts to push. Talking about the The graph, again, in a very deep discounted zone. I think that this is also a good buy for the graph at around 55 cents. But this is also a crypto that we think needs to prove itself a little bit more in the space. Curve Dow coming down off of that all-time high. If it does have the ability to push, right, this would be a pretty nice retracement. If we were to draw this out, and I think we showed this yesterday, this would be a pretty nice retracement zone for Curve Dow. Drawing this from the top to the bottom. Pretty nice bounce off of 80%. Looks like you're getting the bounce off of 70%. So Curve Dow, right, it didn't drop all the way to the discount zone. But if you were in this earlier and you took some profits here, okay, and you left some runners in, your runner may actually get you, you know, some pretty good profit as it pushes and tries to take out, again, the all-time high. If it doesn't do that, then you can expect it to fall back into the discounted zones. And if it does, then Curve Dow is a good buy. Cardano seems to be pushing back, trying to get back into that, you know, higher level discount zone that we think once it does break into. If it were to take out these equal highs here, take out this market structure here, you're going to see a rebound in Cardano. And again, we think that there are some evil forces that work themselves into Cardano and on Cardano, but this definitely is a project that will continue to live in the crypto space. Charles Hoskinson isn't going anywhere. He's going to continue to keep pushing Cardano down our throats. And once the utility really starts to pick up here, you're going to see this price launch. Okay, so $1.40 right now, probably one of the best buys in crypto when it comes to Cardano. Okay, Polkadot, again, trading in a discounted zone, looking to try to push out of it, but it's just really accumulating very nicely within this zone. I think if the rest of the market pushes, you will see Polkadot push above 32 and eventually to 43 as well. But right now, anything under $32 or really 30 bucks is a good buy for Polkadot. Shiba Inu sort of, again, bouncing right off of this level. I think Shiba Inu is starting to respect this level here a bit. Now, this was a previous level of confluence, right? If we go back and look to the left, you do have some accumulation here. The question is, can it bounce? If it bounces and it bounces harder than Doge, then that may be something to pay attention to, guys. All right. But again, these are the coins that you play with for fun. Don't take very serious investments in these things. These are, I'm going to take a chance type of coins. Please do not invest your entire portfolio or most of your life savings into anything like Shiba or Doge. Take your time with this stuff. You will win as long as you're playing the game correctly and putting your life savings into any coin. Use proper risk management is what they always say. Okay, Matic is still showing some bullish activity, and it is moving with the rest of the market very aggressively. Actually has a 6% push up today, which is good news, right? You know, depending on which coins you're in, when you're seeing activity like this, guys, this is very, very bullish. High gets broken, equal high, broken, right? Equal high set, broken, right? More equal highs around here. Forget these wicks. Equal highs, broken. When you're seeing that happen over and over and over again, guys, and the price is still hovering somewhere around $2 or $3, right? These are good buys, I believe. Anywhere back into this sort of second premium zone or lower discounted zone is a good buy. We can see the reaction from here. All right, so anything below $1.61, I would jump right back into it. Really, anything under $2 is a good buy for Matic, I believe. All right, XRP, looking at XRP, again, in the discounted zone, but we'll see if XRP can break out with the rest of the market. Not showing as much strength as the rest of the market is today, but don't lose hope in XRP. All it takes is for the SEC to let up, and XRP is going to take off. Mana, again, trading in the discounted zone. I don't think it's going to stay here for long, guys. Right now, it's at 286. It is reacting with the rest of the market with a 5% gain for today at the time of this video. So I think that Mana may just completely disregard these areas of imbalance. And again, these coins move different than traditional funds, okay? Bitcoin is not going to move the same way that Mana does. So these big areas of imbalance, they don't mean as much for things like Mana, okay? Mana could just definitely launch up from here, depending on what's happening with the rest of the market and if their ecosystem continues to grow in the metaverse, okay? Which I think it will. I think they're one of the leaders in the metaverse. So we'll continue to see this grow, guys. Right now at a discounted price, I would say that Mana is still a good buy right now at $2.86. And finally, we'll touch on Harmony One, which is retracing back into the lower premium zone, but it looks like it wants to break right back up into that higher premium zone. So it didn't necessarily take out the all-time high before. You had a bit of a rejection here. Typically with this type of price action, you're going to see it come down a little bit more, but they have a lot of events coming up into January, February, March. So I do expect that this price will continue to run. Right now, it is trading at 29 cents, which to me, in my opinion, is not a good buy. So I do want to see it drop just a little bit lower before we put some money into Harmony One. That's it, guys, for altcoins. If you do have an altcoin that you would like me to cover in regards to these discounted and premium zones, please let me know. We do like to give this insight to as many people as we can. And this is how we make money in the market. You know, we buy in the discount, we sell in the premium. Once the zones are established, it gives you the areas to play in. And all you have to do is follow your rules in order to make consistent funds when it comes to your trading. It's your boy Maestro. Thanks for tuning in. We are working on a couple of tutorials again this weekend that we're looking to drop. So stay tuned for those. They are going to be about trading psychology and things that I think people need to be aware of before they get into this space. All right. So coming from my experience, I think I have a lot of insight to offer when it comes to this. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in again. This is your boy Maestro. It's the long and short. Salute. We're out of here.